Hey friends, I'm here with another quick tip of the day. I'm going to show you how to make celestial essence. Why? Well, it's used in research and a few other things, and you might be able to turn some sort of useless pages that you find in dungeons like Old Sibyllus into something more valuable and useful to anybody who uses it for research and other crafting. You can use it in some tailoring recipes as well. So what do we need to start? Well, we come here to Culkin Iron Stove and we want a bowl. So we type in bowl and there it is. It's just a mixing bowl. So you could buy one. I already have one, so I'm just showing you where to get it. Next, we would go over this way, just along this path, past the small bank. You know, the evil side is to my left. Here's the entrance to the bazaar, and we go in here in this trade building, and we come up to Darius Gandril. Okay, general supplies. He's a dark elf. We open up his merchant inventory and we want celestial solvent. It's not all that expensive. It's 1 gold and 2 silver each. So I usually buy like a stack of 100, which is 12 platinum, 5 gold. So it's not a lot for 100, right? So we'll open up the mixing bowl. You can also hold control and open up the mixing bowl and get the extended window, and you can do this without having much baking skill at all, and it'll come up. See, my skill is only at 10, and that's because I just started making some of these now, so I don't think I've made any other baking stuff. And this is a no-fail combine, so you won't fail, you won't lose out on potential money. And so this is what you do. You have the celestial solvent, and then you have pages like Nidalim's Grimoire, page 351. Now, back in the old days, this was used for research to make spells. But even if you're on a TLP, I don't think these are used anymore unless you count making celestial essence with it. So that's why these are still here. So you just hit combine and then you go down to the next one. And there are 2 recipes for every item. One, if you use the concentrated celestial solvent, you can do 3 at a time, and it makes 3 essences at a time. But honestly, I'd rather just do the singles because I don't want to carry around the 3 and the 1 to make the 1. And not to mention, sometimes you don't have 3 of a single page. Like, look here, I only have 2. So it just makes more sense to have celestial solvent, just this one, not the concentrated one. So I wish there was a way to completely remove the ones that make 3 at a time from this list, because it's sort of tedious to have to skip over and avoid them. But yeah, I was in Old Sibyllus killing stuff. So I got all these runes. There's runes and pages that get dropped. And I'm going to turn them all into celestial essences. Another thing is too, because someone could be like, well, why don't you just sell the runes? Let the other people make the essence. Well, sure you could, but you know what? All of these take up an inventory slot. If you could just make the essence yourself, you're going to end up saving so much inventory space. And then you make something way more valuable that people may purchase if you just try to sell it in the bazaar. Now, I tried to do a search in the barter system to see if anybody was offering to buy celestial essences right now, and I haven't seen any. But I'll tell you, as someone who does a lot of trade skills, if I were to buy these, I would offer a minimum of 1 plat each, in which case you've only paid 12 plat for 100 of these, and if you sell 100, you're going to make at least 100 plat. But I think there's people out there that would offer a lot more. You know, I'm not saying in the hundreds, but maybe, you know, up to 5 or 10 plat each, in which case it would also be more valuable than, say, let's try to find one of these runes or pages or something and see what we would get for just selling the page. So the most I see is like, okay, 2 plat for the burnishing, 2 plat for Words of Otis, 2 plat for Oblivion. So, okay, in the case of it being just 1 plat, then maybe I would say try to get at least 3 plat for each of your celestial essences, not 1. So that was a mistake on my part, and I'm sorry. I promise I won't do it again. Let me see if there's any others here, any other pages. So that's 2 plat. That's 2 plat. Now, don't mistake some of these for like grubby spell scroll or grubby crude spell scroll, shabby rough spell scroll, these are different. They won't combine with the essences, but some of these are only worth 8 gold. So, and I'm actually curious, let me do experiment here real quick. So if you went through the list and maybe some of the things did not combine, I want to see if this one that, you know, was selling for 2 plat each, 2 plat 3 gold, if it really can be used for this or not, because some can and some can't combine. Okay, so yes, I would say then try to sell these for about 5 plat each. I think they would go. I really do. I think they would sell well for 5 plat each. You might even be able to get 10 plat each, because like I said, anybody doing trade skills is gonna love that you're saving them time, just all the time of having to farm all these pages to make this essence. And you know, at higher level, 10 plat each is nothing. I'd gladly buy them at 10 plat each. You know, hey, if I can get away for buying them at 5 plat each, but it's a way of making something really simple, really easy, especially you can make these at pretty much level 1 if you just find the pages and stuff. You don't really need a baking skill, and I don't think I've failed a single one of these combines yet. And oh, so there's also these Tears of Praxis. It looks like a blue bottle. It's exactly the same little icon that they use for Spirit of the Wolf potions. So that turns into essence. There's the Scent of Mar, turns into essence. This thing, the Wing of Zegony, and just more pages. There's the Words of Bondage. That looks like a playing card. So again, don't sell it for just 1 plat each. Try to get at least 3, because you wanna profit. You don't want to be given stuff where you actually lose money. So that's it. That's my tip of the day. And like I said, I just go through this. I write Celeste, short for Celestial, and then you do search and it gives you every single recipe that you can do with these, and I just go down the list, and if the page is in my inventory, it'll show up here, and you just hit combine, and there we are. We're at the end. So we combined all these pages, and there's some of these that won't combine, like this one looks like it should, Words of Crippling Force. So if you're not sure, you can always hit experiment and put that in there, and you can grab a Celestial Solvent and try to mix it, and it worked. So I don't know if I missed it or it's just not in the list for some crazy reason. That might happen. So if you have any pages or runes left over at the end, you can do it that way. You could just pick it up and try to combine it that way. Again, pages like this, they're spell scrolls. Those will not work. They are for the newer version of the research. But again, I hope this helps you in some way. If you do research, these will come in handy. They'll come in really handy. Or if you have a guild mate or a friend or someone that does research, or again, you can try to sell them in the bazaar or just whip through auctioning. There may be someone interested and that will buy them. And again, I would suggest asking at least 5 platinum each, because then you're profiting. You know, if you say just 1 plat each, you may be losing money. Because while some of the pages sell for just like 8 gold or 5 gold or something like that, there are other pages that sell for 2 platinum each. So you're basically getting 1 platinum instead of 2 or 3. So again, just ask for 5. That way you're safe. None of the pages sell for more than like 2.5 plat. I can promise you that. Unless it's the grubby scrolls or whatever, and those are used for something very different. So again, I hope this helped. If it did, please give the video a thumbs up. If you hated the video, you can give it a thumbs down. If you'd like to support me and support the channel and support what I do, consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed, or you could join the channel as a channel member. Channel members get special perks and privileges, like an invitation to join our private Discord server. You can also join the channel. If you look in the description below this video, you'll see links to my social media as well as my Patreon account. You can also join Patreon, where you would also have an invite to join our private Discord. Thank you for watching. Have a great day and a wonderful tomorrow.